it. The very last thing I'm going to show you is a very important word. So I put a star in my notes called valence electrons. Very important word. Very, 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 very important word. Valence electrons. Write this definition down. Electrons in outside ring. Electrons in the outside ring. These are super, super important. Let me explain why. You'll notice that in a case like this, neon, who ended in 2p6, he's full. Question, is chlorine full? Well, if you look at chlorine, oops, I thought I drew chlorine. I didn't. I did fluorine. I'm sorry. If you look at neon, he's full. All of these guys right here in this column, they're all full. You might even want to write full. These guys are full, just that column. Neon's full, okay, full of electrons. So helpful hint. What does that end in? 2p6, 3p6, 4p6, 5p6, 6p6. So when you're full, you end in something p6. That's helpful. Okay. Is fluorine full? Nobody's close. Oxygen? Yeah, he's not full either. Anybody that is not in this column is not full of electrons in their outside ring. So it really becomes very important to know how many electrons are in the outside ring, because every one of them want to be full. And you're going to learn this in one of the other videos, but I'm going to make sure you understand it. Well, if neon is full to right here, how many electrons does this guy, sodium, have in his outside ring? I see 1. How many does this one have? 1. How many does magnesium have? This next one. Oops, I erased the Mg. Let me fix that real quick. Neon, that's full till there. Oh, he has 2 more. So that guy has 2 valence electrons. 1 valence electron, 2 valence electrons, 1 valence electron. And then it gets sort of tricky. How do I know this? See this big number 3 right here? How many are in that third ring? There's 1. How many in that third ring? There's 2. Look, the last big number I have here is a 2. There's only 1 there. Now look, this is a 3. Ooh, I have another 3. 2 things that have a big 3. How many valence electrons does this guy have? The answer? 6. 2 of them live on the S block, and 4 are in the P block, but total there's 6 in that ring. Now notice this. Sulfur has 6. Sulfur's right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So really when I was counting streets, they're really not streets, they're rings in the atom. This is the first ring of the atom, second ring of the atom, third ring of the atom. And it goes down and down and down. And so the atom gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you go along. How many valence electrons does argon have? Look at that real quick. That's a big 3, that's a big 3. Add the numbers, 8. Magic number 8. Why? 8 is the magic number for being full right there. 8. Very good. How many valence electrons does this guy have? The very first thing you're doing is looking at the big number. It's a 2. Now I have 2 of them. 6 valence electrons. Oh, it's the same as oxygen had. They both had 6. Right. Sulfur and oxygen are in the same column. So there's patterns. So if this has 6 valence and this has 8 valence, I bet that has 7. And this has 5. And this has 4. And these have 3. And these have 2. And those have 1. Is that logical? Did sodium have 1 valence? Sodium, 1 valence. Magnesium, 2 valence. So that means everybody in column number 1 has 1 in their outside ring. Everybody in column number 2 have 2 valence. We're just going to skip these short ones for now. These have 3, and these have 4, and these have 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. The tricky part is there's this little magic staircase that you have to know where it is. And it's printed right there. I'm going to go ahead and make it dark for you. All periodic tables have them drawn in, so the one you have should have it. If it doesn't, go ahead and draw it in. That's super important. So when I said 1 all the way down, that's right. 2 all the way down. 3 to the stairs, that's it. 4 to the stairs, 5 to the stairs, 6 to the stairs, 7 to the stairs, 8 all the way down. Okay? So if I asked you very quickly, how many valence electrons does a chlorine have? Remember, those are electrons in the outside ring. He has 7. How many valence electrons does rubidium have? He has 1. The whole column has 1. How about nitrogen? Well, he's in column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's easy to count. Easy to count how many valence electrons. So here's what we've learned so far. how to write electron configurations, and there are patterns. How to actually predict what they end in by what street and section they live in. So if I wanted to know silver right here, it's 3D, 4D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you can count, it is super easy. 4D9. And I could write it all out, but it's going to end in 4D9. So we learned how to predict these. And there are some that are alike. And then we learn what valence electrons are. Electrons in the outside ring. Super, super important word. Valence electrons. Okay, we're going to come back and use them here in one of the other videos. But in the next video, you're going to practice a few on your own.